Story time from a travel agent. All right, hey, I'm Brittany. I'm a travel agent and I specialize in cruises. So I had someone reach out to me and they said, hey, I want to transfer my reservation to you as my travel agent. I said, great. Here's what that looks like. The relationship between you and me moving forward. You won't have access to your reservation anymore, but I will control all of your future payments. And she was like, great. I want someone else to do that. I don't want to do that. So she sent me her confirmation email that she got from Royal Caribbean. Looked at it. It's nothing like any confirmation I've ever seen before. I was like, no, I think you booked your cruise with a travel agent and they just sent you an invoice. But this is not from Royal Caribbean. And she's like, no, I called them. I found their number. I called them and booked it over the phone, gave them my credit card information, and then they sent me the confirmation. I said, no, you didn't. I'm pretty sure you got scammed. I said, look, you need to call Royal Caribbean right now and see if this is an active reservation in their system. And if it is it booked with a travel agency or not? She's like, whoa, I had no idea. I thought this was legit. I did ask her, I said, hey, how did you get Royal Caribbean's number? Did you go to their website and use the number from there? Or did you Google it? And she said, oh no, I just Googled Royal Caribbean's number and called that number, the first one that came up. Big warning. Guys, if you have not heard, there are scammers that are really, really, really good at their job and they make it look like you are contacting Royal Caribbean on Google. Do not do that. You find the phone number on Royal Caribbean's actual website and call that number, or work with a travel agent, but do not Google Royal Caribbean's phone number. She calls Royal Caribbean and they confirm that there was a cruise booked, but she had way overpaid her deposit. So instead of paying $250 deposit per person, she ended up paying close to over $2,000. Now what they did is they actually took her information and they called Royal Caribbean directly and said, hey, I want to make a reservation. Here's the payment. And they made her $750 deposit to an actual reservation in Royal Caribbean system. So she does have a room, but she overpaid by about $1,800. And so that money she will have to try to get back from her credit card company. They actually called her again today after I have been working with her all along. We got it squared away. We put a safety lock on her reservation with Royal Caribbean as well, just so they could not go back in and make changes to her reservation. And she's dealing with her credit card companies on the separate issue of the money that they took from her. But they called her back again today and said, hey, you owe more money on this cruise. You need to pay today. Y'all, her cruise is not until summer of 2026. You don't have to pay anything on your cruise until maybe 90 days before your trip should be final payment date. But they wanted more money because they know they can get it and they have gotten it. I've had other clients that have Googled Royal Caribbean's number and called, and the person on the other end of the phone said, oh yeah, I see your reservation. You still owe random port fees that don't exist. And they make people feel like panicked, like, oh, my reservation's not paid for, then I need to pay this. You guys, if you are working with me, a travel agent, Royal Caribbean will never ask you for money. They will ask me to hunt you down to make sure your payments are made on time for final payment, but no one's ever going to ask you for more money, and definitely not to call you. If you call them, make sure it's the actual number. But there's lots of safeties in place when you work with a travel agent. No one else can make a payment or access your reservation but the travel agent. If you want to work with me, I would love to help you. But as a big warning, do not Google Royal Caribbean's phone number because that is not Royal Caribbean. But you might be calling scammers if you just Google the phone number. So warning, don't do that. Stay safe. I would love to help you book your next Royal Caribbean cruise. So stay safe out there, guys.